Hey, what it do, man? It's your boy Roscoe Dash. And right now, you're tuning to the Progress Report. Let's get it.
The Progress Report.
Hey man, we got the legendary man Roscoe Dash.
Roscoe.
You know what I mean?
Everybody say my name with like a little.
Roscoe. Alright, I got a speech impediment. Nah, for real though, man. What's good with you, man? Thank you so much for coming through. Like,
I appreciate y'all for having me.
the Progress Report, this was just like a dream. And, to have it come to life and we actually get a chance to sit across from people. Can y'all close that door? We actually get a chance to sit across from people that, that really impacted the culture and people that, I grew up on and listened to as I came into my era of just loving music and shit. But
big facts.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
All the way up. Sexy lady anthem. Fuck it,
so many, bro.
I was a film back then, so I was definitely twerking.
No.
Definitely twerking to that shit. All the way turned up.
No hands, show
Oh, y'all on with it too. What's up, y'all?
Yeah,
we was live with it.
We got Roscoe Dash in this
Progress
joint.
Support shit.
Let me fix my posture,
Yeah,
man.
man, fix that thing up. But I mean, so talk to us. Let's get right into it, I guess. Like, how'd you get into music? Like,
I feel like I was born in music, to be honest. Music is like a part of me. It's always been a part of me. To be honest with you, I tried doing other stuff. I tried being a good student in school. That didn't really work out. I got kicked out of like 8 schools growing up. Went to alternative school, got kicked out of there too. So all my time spending at home on OSS, I was just writing songs all the time. So it just kind of, I don't know.
when did it get to a point that you knew that it was gonna be like a career for you though?
To be honest with you, I probably have to say high school. And the funny thing is, one of my homies from my high school, he's sitting back there, Kenny. He went to high school with me.
Kenny!
I guess when I started spending time burning my own CDs, going to Walmart, buying the Memorex CDs.
Yes.
Everybody remember the Memorex CDs. You ain't been trapping CDs if you ain't had a Memorex and a little label that you had to hand write on. I used to burn like 300 of them joints a night, take them to school the next day, sell them for $5. So when people started buying them and receiving it, I was like, yo, I might be on to something.
I saw you got your name from a comic book.
Yeah, I kind of made it out. It ain't
I was about to say, what the hell
'cause
character was that?
When you say comic book, that's the thing. Everybody gonna think like, what comic book did you get it from? But really, I just went and crossbarred and just like attached like names till I came up with something. I went and looked at like all the retro superheroes and they alternate identities, like Bruce Wayne, Batman, Clark Kent, Superman. I just made it up.
Okay, I get you now.
So why isn't your Instagram Roscoe Dash? Cause damn it.
They won't give it back to me, man. I've been trying to get my.
Why? You had to have no hands. You had to have no hands.
I like the new name. I was looking for you, but I like the new name.
Alright, cool. Because I was gonna change it the other day.
What is it?
Don't change it.
URD Juice, like
URD
RD Roscoe Dash.
Nah, listen. So I just seen what's her name? Young and May post like yeah. It's Young and May.
I know sure it's silly as hell.
No, but I see, cause her Instagram is Henny and Hoes, and she's like, yo, for New Year's, like I want to brand myself right. And I really think it needs to be your name. That's just me. But you said they won't give it back.
So easily find you.
Somebody told me the other day, they was like, yo, you should just put an underscore in it until you get your name back. But
Nah,
then
I don't like that underscore
I was like,
shit.
underscores is, I don't know, I don't really like that.
I didn't want to underscore my name.
Yeah, I can't really do that. I don't want to have to be, that's weak. So they said, you should just keep URD Juice. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to keep that down.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, when we type your name in, it comes up.
Right.
It does.
Now you do. At first it didn't.
But I can't.
I don't know.
But if
I
I'm
think
trying
we
to
search
add
him a
Roscoe
lot.
Dash, I'm probably adding like this white dude.
Yeah, and then look, I go on Twitter and I like search my name sometimes. Everybody does that, so I can
Right, for sure.
Everybody search their name, so I go and search it sometimes, and people be like, my dog Roscoe Dash, and it'll be like a picture of their dog. I'll be like, I'll be like, all right, so I'm a dog now. For a Lyft driver to be a dog, I'm a dog.
Roscoe is a dog name, though.
So think about that though. Like with
I heard you was driving for the Lyft Uber or something. You got some Lyft codes for us?
Nah, I wish I did. Shit.
Roscoe
323. I wish I had them shit. I don't know.
What was up with that?
Look,
Was
let me
that
tell you
true?
the story. Let me tell you the story about how this happened. No cap. This is exactly what happened. Yeah, record this. This is the last time I want to mention this Lyft shit. I'm tired of this Lyft shit. All right, so I decided, I got a couple different entities or businesses for people who don't know what entities are. One of them is a touring company called Grind Time Touring. I chauffeur myself, you know what I'm saying? Whether that be having somebody drive or whatever, I use my own car so I can write them off on tax time. People don't know this, get your game now.
Right.
Okay? So, When in the meantime, whenever I'm not on the road doing shows or whatever, I'll be doing stuff like, let's say one of my homies needs to make some money to pay his rent this month or some shit like that. Instead of just giving them the money, go earn the money yourself, use the car, drive it for Lyft. It's a big car, it's a Tahoe or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you can get the prime rates for Lyft or whatever the case may be, earn your own money. That way you ain't gotta ask me and give me a little bit of bread to pay the little insurance every month and do your thing. Why not? And write it off, it's free.
So it wasn't you driving the Lyft, it was your
Never.
homies. Okay.
Never.
Listen,
I seen your account though. It was a
Never.
picture of you
But
with a
see,
little
look, let me tell
icon
you
and said
why.
rate them on a
Let me tell
scale
you
of 1
why
to
you have
5.
to do this. Let me tell you why you have to do this. Because if the car is registered to your name,
That is true.
in order to sign up for Lyft,
That
anybody
is
knows
true.
this. If you signing up for Lyft, you have to put the person who's on the registration has to be the person that's on the account because they
That's
got to
true.
match all that stuff up to make sure there ain't no predators out here. So
So y'all finessing Lyft basically.
pretty much.
This my thing. You too educated. Like that's why I'm like, if y'all, even if you didn't want to do Lyft, like,
If I was
Yeah.
oh well, you might have a plan. You might want to do karaoke and Lyft or something. I don't know. You never know.
Y'all gonna put me at the bottom of the totem, but not to say that there's anything wrong with
Right,
y'all.
right, right. I
but
get it. I
From,
get
you know
it.
what I'm saying? Y'all
You
gonna
had
like
a
me
I ain't
all
gonna,
day.
I ain't gonna lie though, for
Right.
upcoming artists or something,
That's
Lyft
the
might
cap.
be the
That's the
thing.
hustle.
Because
That's a networking
Get you some
opportunity.
cars.
listen, not only is it networking, but like
Man.
you don't have no schedule. Like
Exactly.
you can
Right,
clock in
right.
and out when you
Any
want,
entrepreneur
man.
knows
Damn
it's almost impossible to work a 9 to 5 and pursue your dreams as an entrepreneur. So the way you do that is free yourself up, get yourself some time. To get yourself some time, you got to become your own boss. That just might be Lyft.
Right, for sure.
Just might be. So,
When you get rid of the mohawk.
damn,
That was like your signature look.
switching gears.
Right.
You rag on that one.
Girl here, we keep
Nah, to be honest, man, I don't remember when I cut it off. It's been that long ago. I cut it off for a long time. And the crazy thing is that no matter, I had a box at one time. Like I did a couple different things, and people just never knew that I didn't have a mohawk no more.
That hawk was.
That was
You
yeah.
was
I
like one
gonna
of the
say.
It
first.
was zigzag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tried to, you know.
You had
Okay.
a down between dark skin with that one.
You know what
Right,
I'm
for
saying?
La, yes, you held it down first.
Yeah.
No, so the first time I see you and it's like, yeah, Roscoe Dash, for real, I think the mohawk is what stuck in my head, you know what I'm saying? But how do you categorize your music? Because me, I'm a DJ. Look, your shit, like 3 of your songs, I still play, like
I appreciate
on a
it.
consistent basis, you know. So me as a DJ, because I honestly haven't listened to full albums of you, but like you do turn up shit. So do you feel the same way, or how do you feel like about your rap?
I think that's one of the categories. If it was like a 3 category thing, I would definitely say urban, alternative, and I would say turn up music. But I think that it's layers. It's layers to people. It's layers to artists too. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got a lot of music that people probably would never even care to listen to until they heard it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not Roscoe Dash the turn up music era or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's coming though.
Yeah.
Got to figure out ways to kind of balance it out. It's all about balance.
I want to ask you about something, man. I googled you, right?
All right, look, I see.
Look
Let
who
me tell you,
came
I see
up.
the green before you go flip it
What's
around.
that about?
I see the green, and I seen a post on Twitter the other day. Before you even flip it around, I already know what that is.
What is
I'm like,
It's Roscoe, like you Google Roscoe Dash with a picture of Meek Mill come up. I
Wow.
was like, what the fuck? Play my nigga.
Y'all cousins or nah?
So
we
cause
probably could be.
Probably.
fuck around because
I was
So what the hell?
I don't know. I googled
They
his name
also
and
on
then the
Wikipedia
picture.
they say I'm from Little Rock, Arizona. I ain't from Little
I
Rock.
seen that too.
Yo,
Arkansas
that's so
said,
wild.
Little
Let me
Arkansas.
find out you got 2.
You from
I
Atlanta?
don't know, man.
Right.
You from
That's
Atlanta?
crazy.
Yeah, I'm from
What you
Atlanta. A little bit
been doing?
everywhere,
That's weird.
but-
I heard people write those Wikipedias though,
I
like
believe it.
yeah.
Yeah, they
so,
know they do. I was
yeah.
gonna say it's relatively simple to change anything in a Wikipedia.
Yeah.
You're independent now, right?
Yeah.
But you were signed.
To a major. I was
Okay.
signed to Interscope and I was signed to Geffen.
Okay. So was there a tough situation or something that made you want to go independent, or like what was that transition?
Well, to be honest, it's a lot of different things. Number one, before I even get to like the turmoil that came with it, that kind of, you know, you know what you get yourself into when you sign up for it. Whether you know what the contracts say or not, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's probably in a good situation. It's somebody that's a little bit more knowledgeable than I am, and this is 2017, so they can try to get over. But for me, it was about going through these situations, learning from them, and figuring out how to make my situation a better situation for long term. Because people are going to see you, and they're going to see you as an asset or, you know, as a revenue stream or whatever, and they want to cap off of that. So they might not know that you got 4, 5, 6 other things. Like people didn't know I was producing, songwriting, none of that stuff until I came out and went on my little Twitter rant and said,
Yeah,
I
we're
wrote
gonna
all this
get into
stuff.
that.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
knew.
So
Not
you know, it's just about expanding yourself, duplicating yourself. If this is a video game, you want to have as many lives as possible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So
So,
light skin that day, huh? He said, I want to get this off my chest. Maybe that's why they put the my bad. Maybe that's why they put the picture of Meek Mill.
That's
To the
probably why.
fingers.
That's probably
To the fingers. It makes sense now. It makes sense now.
You might be on to something. You might
She
be on
got
to something
it.
right there.
So, what was the best and worst thing of being signed to a label?
The best thing would be being around the right people to soak up the game that I was able to soak up. Like in my first year, I think actually to be honest with you, my first week of being signed to Interscope, they flew me out to LA to meet Polo because that's what I was signed to at the time was Zone 4. I walked into the building and it was like an Interscope party. So like literally Dr. Dre, Travis Barker, Mary J. Blige, Lil Jon.
Crazy.
Like anybody you can think of is in a party. You get what I'm saying? I'm just walking around like me being 19. I'm like, oh shit, like these are all the people I grew up listening to. So it's good for that type of stuff. I was in a room with like Diddy and different people before I even made No Hands, before I even did all that stuff. And then that stuff took me further, like to go be in the same room with Jay-Z and different people like that. So that's the best part. The worst part I would say is the emotional distress you get from it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people ain't gonna tell y'all this, but it's a fucking roller coaster, bro. Like being an artist and like having, you know, this is your whole life right here. This is your whole like existence, everything you work for. So when somebody else, when that's in somebody else's hands and they decide that they want to handle it a different way than you would, like whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like it's uncomfortable. So you just gotta learn how to deal with that.
So,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know you were saying.
So speaking about that though, like, what about your rights to your music? How does that work? Like, how does you?
Ain't no rights there.
No, it just depends, man. Like you gotta just be smart out here. For me, I learned how to like finesse my situation and make it a little bit more for me than it was originally or whatever. And you know, some people may have ill intentions, but they may not be the worst people, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're able to reason with them, when you're able to get on a level where y'all can have a conversation and actually see eye to eye on at least some perspectives of the situation, then sometimes it works itself out.
So what advice would you give someone who starts out early?
Man, do it for another reason other than to make money. Because if you're doing it to make money, 9 times out of 10, somebody's gonna make more money than you are off of your shit. So
That is facts.
learn how to do this shit because you love to do it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying?
So you're independent now, correct? So of course it's a little harder to get out there, you know. But what's the benefits in that other than just, you know, controlling your own?
You're your own boss. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, and I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always the best boss either. You know what I'm saying? So like it comes from trial and error. You got to learn and be able to accept things about yourself. That's the most important thing about being a boss. You can have people that work up under you or work for you or do things for you or whatever, but if you're not able to see things from the same perspective that they are, at least on certain things, then that relationship's going to deteriorate faster than you know it. You know what I'm saying? So that would just be the most important thing to me is like be able to take a step back and look at yourself from an artist other than just the artist. I mean, a perspective other than just the artist. You know what I'm saying? So.
I fuck with it.
You know what I'm saying? Free game.
So, man, you got this new record though that's super hard. TM88, he definitely one of my favorite producers. But y'all got a banger, man. You came through the New Music Monday, and that shit was hard. And Jay Star definitely been playing it too.
I feel like this just follow up with the rest of the
it was definitely for sure. It was a dope follow because it was you, but it was relevant. You know what I'm saying? So I was glad that you got with TM88 for this particular record because he is known for making them, you know, it's all good. He's known for making them, you know what I mean, them catchy ass beats.
It's
that's what he
music,
do.
You know what I'm saying?
And
and just to piggyback off of that, like, I don't know, man. I guess something that I realized is that when I came out the first time, I was in a transition. Well, the music was in a transition period. We were coming from crunk to like, you know, singing and merging R&B and stuff like that. So that was where I was able. I'm like, if anybody ever played Tekken, I'm like Mokujin. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like the little dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to like find your niche and like make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? So again, coming around to this time in 2017 when we've been trapped out for the last 4 or 5 years, I had to find a way to be able to find a niche in that transition period. So I think that's why.
I think so. Yeah, I think so too. So look, we're gonna talk about the era and all that good shit because I do want to get into that. So let's get into that record with you and TM88. Go ahead and introduce it.
This right here is a brand new heat, man. Roscoe Dash, TM88, yays like Cartier's.
This is the Progress Support.
And you already know it's your girl DJ XL.
Boss Brit the most lit.
And you heard DJ J Star.
Okay, y'all want to do this, man?
There you go.
Damn, man.
Talk about that record.
You see how they do
so they be hating.
They hated on Jordan, they hate on Jesus too.
Hey, talk about that record though and your thought process.
That's a hit,
This is like
man.
I appreciate that. This is like my favorite song right now, and I've been recording some songs since then. Since I think it's like started like a little wave for me, to be honest.
It is.
But TM is like one of my really good friends in the industry. One of the only people that I can say has been the same since I first met him, and that was back at Mariachi Mondays and shit like that. So that's my dog, man. So shout out to him. Shout out to Queso James too. That's my dog. He always, we put heads together and come up with these songs and try to get them all the way locked in. So shout out to him too. But this song is like my favorite song right now. I'm hoping this song do exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
So I can come with the next one.
I've been hearing it a lot already.
Yeah, definitely. It should definitely a banger.
You dropped the lyrics video. Are you going to drop a
Look at my
video?
Where our shirts?
Yeah.
What's up with our shirts, man?
I got you. This is just a sample joint.
Right,
So,
what I said.
are you going to
I got you.
It's gonna be
You
a
can't
problem,
show
man.
motherfuckers
Right.
nothing.
Right. But no, it's dope though.
If it's all proud of his
Right.
it's
Right, that
dope.
was selfish.
It was.
Sorry.
We apologize. We
We meant to
apologize.
say we really want one.
We like those shirts and we want one.
Roscoe like that. He said it's just a sample. Like, damn.
I meant what I said.
Like, look, Jay
Nah, me and Roscoe, y'all don't understand.
So
Roscoe go way back to the chat.
Uh-oh.
Like, he
Oh,
came
you know her
to
from
the
the
chat.
chat. You know her from the chat?
No.
Wait. Tell us a funny story about her, bro. Because we be
He
jumping on
probably
her.
don't even remember.
I'm not finna give y'all no.
We was young.
No. So,
Wait, Jay Star was
He didn't get
twerking.
me fucked up that
I
night.
did.
She was twerking in the club.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Big twerking. You know Jay Star was
hot,
fucking it
This
up.
was about,
It was hot as fucking that club.
She was fucking it up. I know she
I don't know
was.
about 20. We was, ooh.
Imagine a young Jay Star going crazy.
Freaky.
hey,
Freaky.
That's why
are you
you gonna
dropping a
tell
music
you.
video for this song?
Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, we trying to shoot that video. Actually, on New Year's,
Are you recording it out
That's
here?
dope.
we're gonna do LA and we're gonna do out here.
Can we get in the video? Can we
Why
get
not we asking for a lot, man? We trying to get pictures.
no,
we trying to get shirts.
No,
I want to get a video.
I
I want a feature. I'm rapping this shit.
Face ass.
No, I'm not rapping.
No, listen. If it's like a storyline to it, but if you got niggas in the background jumping around,
Yeah, man, we want
wanna
to be a part of that. Right,
Cause I'm
I'm be in the
One thing about me is,
We act.
ain't no cat with me, bruh. So if I tell y'all I'm gonna do some shit, I'm gonna do
Let's do the
it.
commitment then.
I'm with it.
That's the feeling.
We got 3.
Right.
We in
No,
there.
so talk about that though. Like, see, the crunk era, I feel like that's probably was one of my favorite times.
That was
of
the
music.
natural.
It was so dope. It was so
Skating
fucking
and
dope.
twerking.
But your music came like short after that. So what would you categorize? Like, I guess that's swag rap though.
I don't know. I don't know.
Turned up.
If we get into that conversation, we gotta have a whole
I
nother
mean,
conversation after
it's
that.
tough. Let's get into
So,
it then. Shit, we right here. Let's
I
get
don't
into
really
it,
know
bro.
what to
Like,
call that.
I mean, I would say swag rap to a certain extent. You know what I mean? I
But
know
what-
you had a
okay.
lot of elements.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it was also like singing involved.
Yeah, but that's why I say swag because
Yeah.
it just gave us so much sauce. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there
Niggas
we
saying
go.
mohawks, bitches saying mohawks. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
like bitches
The
saying
start,
mohawks.
the start of the new
I
wave.
had a mohawk. You know what
I like that.
I mean? You know what I mean? So you definitely started trends. Like, we actually both from Cincinnati, Ohio, so it's
That's
dope.
hard.
Like
Yo,
I
my cousin
said,
is from Cincinnati. We call it
everybody knows.
Nasty Natty.
Down the way, shit.
Down the way.
You're real
You
nigga.
ready? Yeah. What you
Yo.
know?
Nah, but it's dope though, like for real, like to be, you know what I mean? You really help with a trend of
Facts.
music, and that's why I would categorize it as swag. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take
That's what
that.
I would say.
I'll take
But
that.
like, just talk about the transition though. Like, how did it get from crunk? Like, were you making crunk music at some point? Like,
Man, I think I try all kind of music, to be honest.
Okay.
But I mean, that's part of the process, though.
Of
You know what I'm
course,
saying?
of
Like,
course.
a lot of people feel like, and I done been in studio sessions with people where they get nervous and don't want to try certain things. And I'm like, yo, this is like the gym. This is where you do your 360 layups and you get your jelly right and all that
Facts.
shit. Like, you got to practice that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to be honest, I was probably making a song. I think I made a vow to myself to make like 5 to 10 songs a day at one point.
That's a lot.
And I was in my mom's
That's a
basement
lot.
with a fucking wash rag over the microphone, rubber banded around that shit, and U-Haul blankets hanging up. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So like, but I was doing it. So you know, that type of stuff pay off. I don't really know I just kind of I don't know how I came up with it, but I can tell you this though. I think I was down to, okay, this is something I ain't probably never told nobody before.
Oh, shit, exclusive.
So from the time I was probably like 16, 17 until right before All the Way Turned Up came out, I was like selling weed heavy, right? Like I was like doing it, you know what I'm saying? So like at one point I had to like wake up and be like, all right, I don't want to do this shit no more. I had my first daughter. I got 2 now, but I had my first daughter. And I was like, man, I'm getting tired of just looking over my shoulder all the time. So I'm just going to let all this shit go. Even though I got everything I want, Christmas is always good and shit like that, I'm going to just let all this shit go and try something different. So when I did that, I let myself deplete all the way down until I had like $10 in my pocket. I went and got like, I think I got 2 blunts and some perp or some shit like that. It was like, when perp was booming, I swear to God. I went and got me some perp, okay? I went and got me some perp and I went and got me like a 40 or some shit that I don't even drink. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even drink 40s, but I did that, and I came up with All the Way Turned Up.
Damn.
Boom, that same day.
That
Swear to
last
God.
little $10.
That is so dope, man. I mean,
Facts.
that's such inspiring. So fuck you. We always down on each other. We coming, man. I thought you was coming. Like you had to, like, nah, man, my bad, man. But nah, that's dope though. Like that's so for people that may feel like they on the brink of something great, but then they just, you know what I mean? You know, you can have your bad days.
Devil always working, man.
Always
you get some
working.
good shit going, it's always gonna be some foul thoughts you think that
Exactly.
that's
So-
really just supposed to despise your whole plan or just be the demise of all
Right.
that shit.
So talk about overcoming those type of things.
To be honest, man, I didn't really become good at that until I read this book probably like a year and a half ago. The book is called.
She said, what book?
The book is called Promises for Men. It's like a black book with a little print on it, but they got one for women too. So it's all good. They got one for women.
I was gonna say, they'll read the promises.
But look, this is the thing. I feel like with either one of these books, I ain't read the women version, but I feel like in the language that the Promises for Men book is like you can understand this shit and just apply it to whatever you got going. It pretty much just teaches you shit like.
We talking shit.
No, y'all
Go ahead, we listen.
it pretty much teaches you shit like diligence, patience, you know what I'm saying? The things that are like the real keys that they don't teach you in school and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So like once you get diligence means doing things even when you don't want to do them. So when you too tired to go do an interview, when you too tired to go to the studio, when you too tired, no, I'm just saying, when you too tired to do any of that shit, you gotta push through that and go do it. People think that they need motivation for things, but it ain't really about motivation. The motivation is the devil. That's the thing that makes you wanna like, that's the thing that like put you aside from what you really should be doing. You get what I'm saying? But if you want something bad enough, you gonna go make that shit happen.
So
You better preach, Roscoe.
I mean, no excuse.
Preacher Roscoe.
And that's real shit though. Like, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like anything that I want, whatever, I can get it as long as I apply myself. You know
That's
what
what
I
they
mean?
mean when they tell you can have anything you want. That's what they mean when they tell you that shit like that. I think
sure.
the most important information I learned from them 13 days that I actually went to school and didn't get kicked out. That's a rough estimate.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Damn.
But I think the most important piece of information I got was that you can do anything that you want to do. That's literal. I dropped out of school a year before I was supposed to graduate and went and got my GED. But I did that in order to be ahead of all the people that was in my class, so that if I already knew what I wanted to do, this was during the recession, I was like, I'm gonna go into the medical field for a second, and then I'm gonna go do, whatever else I wanted to do on the side. So I had my plan already. I dropped out, went and got my GED, went to school early before everybody else. Me having that plan and freeing myself up to have more time allowed me to be able to do the things that I really wanted to do aside from that. So I had like a whole year and a half, whereas people would only have like 3 to 6 months in between high school and their first day of college. You get what I'm saying? So.
You a smart drop.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you a smart guy.
It's
all about finesse.
Young winners.
You a good finesser, my nigga.
Man, you gotta be.
So, what gets you excited nowadays? Like, what's exciting to you? Cause you've seen all the bitches and the money and all that
you know
shit.
what's crazy?
Think about them bitches, man.
Man, real shit though. I'm about to get married in May, so like for me.
Drop a bomb, yo! Drop a bomb.
Girls get excited when they You give them hope. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That is true though. But
They
go ahead.
best
We get a lot of good niggas that come by here though. We do.
We do get some good little niggas.
Yeah, we do.
What you think about? What you think about, Britt?
He always trying to turn us in, I guess.
Yeah, that's funny. Look,
Instead of turn out,
yo, you
turn in.
stupid.
Go ahead, talk about your marriage.
No, that's a good question though, because I be thinking about that shit sometimes. Sometimes I reflect and I be like, man, I have like a whole 2 years of my life I don't even remember. But the good thing about my fiance is that she was there around that time, so like she know me for going through that shit, and you know what I'm saying. We split up, did our thing for a minute, but it's always been a relationship there. Even when I was like with other people, and I pick the phone up and be like, yo, my trip and such just did this, that, and the third. She'd be like, nah, that bitch ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Or she'd be like, nigga, if you want to spend the rest of your life getting in trouble over not washing dishes, then that's on you, or you can fuck.
That's a real bitch right
You know what I'm
there. See,
saying?
I've had a lot of relationships like that with people, so maybe they'll ask to marry me one day. Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not. So my question is, being we're about to get married versus being single, and how does it influence your career? Because I can honestly say, like, when I was in a relationship, like, I can concentrate more.
Right.
You still know.
Girl, I'm gonna say you look watch like.
No, I'm just saying. Not really, but but for real, like you can kind of focus on what the shit you really need to focus on when you're single, you be wildin'.
I mean, to each his own, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things are gonna trigger certain things, and you know it's different for every person. So like relationships might be the soothing thing that you need to kind of calm your crazy ass down, or it could be vice versa. Sometimes you don't need to be in a relationship and you need to be focused on yourself. So it just depends on what works for you. It's about acknowledging that and accepting it once you get that truth, that little heart skip a beat feeling. You know what I'm saying? If you get cheated on in every relationship, maybe you just, it's not that you're a bad person, maybe you just need to be single, maybe it just ain't for you to be in a relationship right now.
So you was wildin', you got calm down.
Okay, when I tell you I was wildin', I was wildin'.
Because
of course you were. You were supposed
And he was
to.
young.
Yeah, he was,
so you said y'all was together before, and then you went.
They knew each other.
You wilded out, and you came back because it was real.
Yeah, I mean, like,
at the end of the
day, exactly.
You know when it's real, bro. And then you get to a point where you mature. I feel like
grow up.
girls, like, you know, we're a little bit more sneaky with our shit.
That's
All
true.
my ladies feel me.
Yeah, look, y'all.
We gonna chime in.
When you say,
You know, snitching Gonzalez.
hold up. When you say I'm not no thought like that, you a thought.
I don't know like that. Are you a half thought or whole thought? The point of the matter is, we all got those situations where we do have to grow up, but you know, we all know when it's real. We all got them 2 or 3 people, minus the people that's in relationships. We all got them 2 or 3 people that we done knew from back in the day where we know what's good.
Yeah, you gotta narrow it down.
We wait,
look,
no,
I
that's
tried.
right. You know what I mean?
We just
Y'all
didn't
ain't
make
even
it
last.
2017.
Y'all ain't even last.
I didn't make it. I didn't make it.
That's fucked up. What are some tips you got to make a relationship last? Because clearly they need to talk.
I don't need no
Look,
tips.
I got the #1 tip for y'all right here. It's only one. It's one
Listen
tip.
up, guys.
All right?
Y'all too damn good. I'm
Get
good.
your phones out.
Y'all get ready for this.
Tip.
All right.
Give them the tip.
Come on, tell us, Roscoe. Come on.
Is be honest. If you honest, no matter what it is you doing, no matter what it is you doing, real shit now. No matter what it is you doing, it's been times when, and my girl tell you this shit now, like it's been times when I had to tell her like, yo, okay, I got this girl over here, this is what I think about though. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I'm thinking. I got this girl over here, I still got my kids' mom or whatever, and then this is where you are. I feel like this is what I want to be doing, but you need to help me figure out what the fuck is going on over here because I need to, you know what I'm saying? So like when you do that, you might have somebody that can help you.
honest.
That's what's up though.
Most dudes
But
like
you gotta have that kind of
Most
person who
niggas is
also
like,
understands.
most niggas
Of
gonna be
course,
like,
it gotta go both
I'm taking this
ways,
shit to the
like,
grave, but
yeah.
it does have to go both
They
ways.
gotta